Somebody can be on Instagram and post like they have it all together, but off the platform in their real life, they're at home sitting in their bed and they are going through it in the inside and they have an identity crisis. But us, we see those posts where we see people are on vacation, people have all this money, they have all the cars, they have all the girls or whatever. They have all these different things and you desire what they have, not knowing that they're miserable where they're at. And also on the other side of that coin, some people, we desire what other people have, not knowing what they had to go through to get what they have. You want their life, but are you willing to suffer how they suffer? Let that sit. Let that sit. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Marlon, and today we are going to talk about 10 things I learned at age 21. And let's get right into it. Very first thing that I learned, first and foremost, is that I should always keep God first. Being a young man in this world, there are a lot of temptations. There are a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you can get straight away with. And I know that in order for me to be successful in this life, I will only go as far as my relationship with God. So my first and the most important thing that I've learned at age 21 is to keep God first in everything. Because if we keep him first, Matthew 6:33, all other things shall be added. Everything else that I need will be added unto me. Everything else I need will be aligned. So keep God first in everything you do. The second thing I learned at age 21 is that credit is everything. So at first, this was a hard topic for me to grasp. But from learning from my dad, my mother, and also my brother, that if you have great credit, you can get anything you want in this world. So I just want to encourage y'all to start early, because the earlier you start your credit, the better off you will be. It's so many different credit cards out here and so many different ways to start your credit. But what I will say is that when you get your credit card, especially for my young listeners that are watching this video, when you get your credit card, never go over 30%. As being a young man, I was kind of learning, and I got a credit card, and I seen that limit. They gave me a $2,000 limit. And being young, you're like, hold on, I got $2,000 at my disposal? No, that's not your money. That's not your money. So being young, I swiped that credit card and found myself getting into debt that I did not need to be getting into. And that can really mess you up in the future. Good thing I am young and I have been fixing it and all of those different things. But you want to stay on top of your credit, because when your credit is good, you can buy whatever you want in this world. You can get you a house, you can get you a car, you can start yourself a business, whatever you want. All you need is in credit. So credit is everything. Number 3, your network is your net worth. I learned this a lot from my brother CL, and he's taught me exactly what it looks like to go out and to network. Whether you go to another state, whether you go to conferences and all these different things, just meeting new people who have skills, they have new abilities, they have resources that you may not have in your local area. Networking is so important, because that vision you might have in your head, sometimes it takes other people to help you pursue that. Sometimes it takes other people to take you to where you need to go. I have the ideas, I may have the creativity, but there's so many different people in the world that you can learn from and that can take you to where you need to be. I've learned that also networking, you find mentors, you find people that are willing to help and to mold you in the way that you need to go. Networking is everything. It's so much information that you learn. It's so much intelligence. It's so many insiders that you get from just straying off your own path or just going alone. So continue to network, go out, go to conferences, go to leadership events, whatever that may look like in your field. But your network is your net worth, and you're only as strong as your network. So go meet people, go make partnerships, go make relationships with these people in those higher up companies, because that is what is going to set you apart. Number 4, traveling is a great investment. I learned this 2 years ago. It was my first time going out of the country, and I went to Jamaica. And when I say this was my best experience ever, I had the time of my life. Just being outside the United States was really an eye-opener to see how other people live outside of your own country, outside of your own state, outside of your own city. It was really an eye-opener. I came back home and I was so motivated to get to work, and it allowed me to be grateful for what I have also, and it allowed me to not take the things I have for granted, because there's somebody else out in the world that is doing better than you, or they may want what you have. So going out and traveling it's a top tier experience. And also traveling, because we don't get these years back. at the age, in your 20s in general, you don't get these years back. So I definitely would say that traveling is a great investment. Go out and travel. Go out the country. Go get on a cruise. Like, go have fun with your family, man. It's the best investment ever. Spend your money on memories, because we are not here forever. We're not here forever. So I definitely say that traveling is a great investment. Number 5, leaders are readers. I learned this from my dad. I know growing up in elementary school and in middle school, we read so much in school that many people hate reading. And I used to hate it too. We used to have to do the AR test and do tests right after the book was done. And I would never read any full books. But at the age that I am now, I've realized how necessary reading actually is, whether it's the Bible or just reading any type of book in general. You're never at a place where you've learned everything you need to know. Every time you open a book, you got a chance to enhance your mental, to enhance your knowledge, and that is a great thing. And honestly, you can tell which people read by how they talk. I've noticed that as I've been reading, my language changes, my vocabulary changes. And reading is a great thing, because when you go into those rooms and into those spaces that are very professional, you want to sound the part. You don't want to fake it till you make it. You want to actually sound the part and know what you're talking about. So whatever field you're in, whether it's real estate, whether it's photography, whether you do hair, whether you're just in school, no matter what field you are in, there are so many books out there that you can read that will better you in your own personal time. So I definitely say that leaders are readers. If you start reading now, I would say read 30 minutes of a book every single day. It's going to set you apart from most of the people. And I promise you that. Number 6, your reputation is everything. This is a very important one. Many people live their lives so recklessly and don't think about their reputation at all. You want to make sure that everything you do aligns with your morals and also your personal integrity. This is something I've learned early on, because I've seen so many people get their reputation messed up because of one situation or because of one bad mistake. And that taught me to, okay, I need to watch how I move. The name Marlon Sellers is a brand. Insert your name right there, whatever your name is. The name Marlon Sellers is a brand. So whenever I step out the house, whatever I do, it falls under my name. Whatever I do, it falls under my parents' name. Whatever I do, it falls under my family's name. So you want to make sure that every time you step out the house, every time you go out, that you are representing yourself well, because your reputation will be what people perceive you as. And if you don't have a good reputation, that can mess you up in friendships, that can mess you up in business, that can also mess up stuff with your family. So your reputation, it needs to be good. It needs to be good, because honestly, having a good reputation can get you in some doors that having a bad reputation can't get you into. I know I've gotten in some doors that I wasn't qualified for just because I had a good reputation, just because people knew I was a good man, I was a man of integrity, and it got me into some doors that I was not qualified for at all. So your reputation is everything. Number 7, life is about serving others. This is something I hold so dearly to my heart, because God did not place us here just to live our lives, just to pursue our own purpose, just to pursue our own goals, just to be famous, to be successful. But everything we do on this earth is to serve others. Everything we do on this earth is to give back to others. So we have to get out of that selfish way of thinking that life is about me. No, life is about helping other people. We all were placed here to help each other. For God so loved the world, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. God gave for other people. God sent his son for us. How much more do we have to give to other people while we're here on earth? How much more? How much more? So I learned at an early age that serving is everything. And just like I said about your reputation, serving can set you up in some rooms and some doors that you're not qualified for also. I know there have been many opportunities that have been presented to me just because I had a heart to serve, just because I had a heart to help others, just because I had a heart to help others with their vision and their goals and their different things. Life is all about serving others. You will only go as far as you serve. Some people are selfish and they don't want to serve anybody else, but they want people to serve them in their vision. You got it all wrong. I'm here to tell you now that if you grasp the concept of serving first, it's going to take you so far. And a lot of times, if you don't know what you're called to do in life, serving will push you right into your purpose without you knowing it. And serving is so beneficial. Serving is so beneficial, and I'm so heavy on it. I'm reminded of the movie The Karate Kid. And Daniel, he was preparing for the karate match. But Mr. Miyagi had him doing some unconventional things. He was washing his car. He was doing all these things, running errands, cleaning, all these different things, just serving, not realizing that in his serving, he was learning the skills he actually needed to win the fight. So what I mean by that is, as you serve, you are learning qualities and characteristics that you need, the development that you need to go where you're going. So don't forget to serve. Number 8, this is a big one. Never compare yourself. This is a big one that tricks up my generation, mainly because of the access of social media. We have Instagram, we have all these different platforms to where you can see somebody's life and it looks so much better than yours. But I'm here to tell you that some of these things they are just pictures. They are just facade. Somebody can be on Instagram and post like they have it all together, but off the platform in their real life, they're at home sitting in their bed and they are going through it in the inside and they have an identity crisis. But us, we see those posts where we see people are on vacation, people have all this money, they have all the cars, they have all the girls or whatever. They have all these different things and you desire what they have, not knowing that they're miserable where they're at. And also on the other side of that coin, some people, we desire what other people have, not knowing what they had to go through to get what they have. You want their life, but are you willing to suffer how they suffer? Let that sit. Let that sit. You want their life. You want the things they have. You want their success. You want their platform. Are you willing to suffer how they suffer? Comparison kills, because when you compare, it steals your heart of gratitude. It steals the art of being grateful for things. When I'm looking at somebody else's work, when I'm looking at what they're doing and what they have going on, I don't ever take the time out to look at what I have going on and to count my own blessings. So stop comparing. Comparison, it kills. It takes the joy right out of you. And eventually that comparison leads to insecurity. And comparison gives birth to insecurity. And that is a place that you do not want to be at. So again, stop comparing. God called you to be your authentic self. And he chose you to be here in your exact predicament and your exact situation for a reason. Number 9, this is a big one. I learned this one from the book, The Richest Man of Babylon. If you have not heard of that book, you need to go and read that. It will shift your mindset. Number 9 is that the money that you save needs to make a profit for you. This is a huge one because most people think they get rich by just saving money. But I'm here to tell you that when you just store money away, it loses its value. The way the rich get richer is by the money that they save, they find another venture, they find another investment to flip that saving into another profit. And they keep doing it and they keep doing it and they keep doing it. You don't want your money to just lie dormant. The rich get richer every day because they have diversified their money in many different things, many different portfolios, and they don't just stash money away. Their money that they have stashed away is making interest. It's growing over time. Because if you think about it, if I store $100 and I leave it there, next year it's still $100. But if I store $100 and I invest that $100 into something else, by the time I look up next year, that 100 can be 500. That 100 can be 1,000. So what I mean by that is the money that you save needs to be growing you money also. Again, if you haven't got that book, The Richest Man of Babylon, I recommend that you read that book. It's a great read. And last but not least, number 10, the most important thing that I've learned is to cherish family. Life here on earth is short. I'm sure we all have many loved ones that have passed away and have gone to be with the Lord that we miss dearly. I've learned to cherish these moments that I have with my family. I try not to get too focused on being with my friends and focus on just having fun, that I forget to spend quality time with each member of my family, whether it's my grandparents, my aunts, my cousins, my siblings, my parents. I want to make sure that I take time out, intentional time, to make sure that I'm going to cherish my time with my family, because life is short and the only thing promised here is death. I'm sorry to tell you, but the only thing promised is death. So cherish your family. Go out, go have fun, go be with them, go spend time with them. If you have loved ones that you haven't forgave yet, or loved ones that may have wronged you, go rekindle that relationship. I'm telling you, it's for your growth, it's for your betterment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I have so much more content coming soon. Like this video and also leave a comment for me. Tell me some things that you learned at your age. Don't forget that you are the head, not the tail. You are above and not beneath, and you are a lender, not a borrower. And yeah, that's it for this video. I'm out.